Hello Vikings, this random act of senseless violence brought to you by Gile flying the LA-5. The LA-5 is a very nice aircraft owing to its exceptional roll and turn rates, as well as a nifty little cluster of three 20mm cannons that make short work of enemies at both long and short ranges. Now if we take a look at the plane listing for this match, we will see that matchmaking has done its best in that the enemy has 2 Tier 6 heavies and 2 Tier 6 ground attack aircraft, whereas all our heavies and ground attackers are Tier 5. On the other hand, our team has a much greater number of Tier 6 light fighters, and a lot of those are high flyers. What matchmaking has also forgot to take into account is that there are 3 members of TAW in this match, and in particular, Gile. Now, Gile makes a run for the XP50, but unfortunately he just can't get there in time and only does a little bit of damage to him. Now he selects the LA-5. Now the LA-5 has less firepower than Gile, which should mean that he has a slight advantage in speed and maneuverability over him, which would give him a somewhat fighting chance if it were one-on-one, but unfortunately it is not one-on-one. Now, Gile here moves in for the kill, but unfortunately for him, Marco beats him to it. That's not a problem because the favor will be returned. Now the Slag 3, he just never stood a chance. Very nice shooting from Gile. Now the F4F is a very good example of how not to play the game, because even with the presence of 3 ground attack aircraft on his team, he goes after ground targets. This just makes his job of surviving pretty much impossible, because all he does is keep lining himself up for Gile's tender loving attentions. Here he levels off and promptly dies, but then Gile catches the edge of his bomb, and that only does a little bit of damage and punctures Gile's fuel tanks, but that is not a problem because even if his aircraft catches fire, Gile has a fire extinguisher. Now by this time the enemy team is mostly dead. They only have 1 Tier 6 heavy, which I am about to have an accident with. There we go. And now it is pretty much over except for the screaming. Now in this next little bit, Gile makes a very interesting tactical decision, in that first he decides to make a pass at the Spitfire, but then seeing that Marco is working on him, decides to go for the other target, which is the F4F. Now this might not be too fair, but such is life, and the F4F basically doesn't stand a chance. Superiority of aircraft, as well as superiority of Gile, means this guy is all but dead. Although, and I have watched the replay several times and I can never see Gile hitting any friendly aircraft, but that is just one of the bugs of the game. Here we have Gile paying Marco back for the kill steal of earlier. And now the enemy has only 2 ILs left, whereas our team has 2 Tier 6 fighters and 2 Tier 5 heavies. So the match is pretty much over. Gile only needs to worry about getting a kill now to get his ace. Here we have the IL. And also there is a very good example here of what happens when in the end of a match you have such a vast numerical superiority. If you will place very close attention to Marco and the heavy, you will see what I'm talking about. Now, Gile scores this kill. And let that be a lesson to us to never get too greedy, so greedy that we stop paying attention to our surroundings. Now here we have superiority advantage, and also we have the advantage of knowing where he is. So now it's just a matter of a quick kill and then off to the pub. Very nice job from Gile. Thank you for watching, Vikings, and see you in the skies.